So this is a video that I wasn't intending to make, and I don't usually make videos in this vein. I don't usually make videos at all, actually, and I was planning to kind of relaunch the channel at the end of this month and begin posting regular content, starting with a camping video. I felt compelled to kind of address this situation. Bearing in mind, I'm not a partner, I'm not on any of the programs, so if there's ads before or during this video, it's not me, it's YouTube who's putting them on. And I don't make any money at all from this video. But I found out yesterday that Oliver Tree, the popular singer, musician, singer-songwriter and internet personality, died in a horrific helicopter crash in Brazil. There's a lot of conflicting reports at the moment about what exactly happened. Some people say he was filming a music video. There's been footage shared online that isn't of the incident. It's of an older incident, and there's just a lot of ifs, hows and whys, and a lot of questions, including many people within the first hour before the news really broke thinking it might have been a hoax or a prank. And the reason I kind of want to talk about it is because I'm actually a really big fan of Oliver Tree, and I have been for about 10 years, since the release of the Alien Boy EP, and slightly before, when Alien Boy came out. Ugly is Beautiful is probably in my top 10 favourite albums, which is crazy, I know, but I just, honestly, there's just something about the kind of silly nature of his music, but that just resonated with me. Lyrically, it wasn't fantastic. Production-wise, because he did a lot of the production, not all of the production himself, it wasn't anything progressive or groundbreaking, but it never needed to be. And the thing with Oliver Tree that I liked about him was the project itself, how he presented himself. It was almost like a big art project to me. The character that he built, the internet personality that he built, the publicity stunts that he did, the giant world record breaking scooter.
He's really doing it! Wait. It looks like he's falling over!
And the massive vape.
Go. Suck, baby. Hit it hard. Hit it.
Memes that he did, and getting people to dress up like him, having his hair cut, everything like that. I just really, like, the guy resonated with me, and I liked his music. I found it catchy and easy to listen to because it wasn't super complex and it wasn't overboard. And weirdly, the news has hit me harder than I ever thought it would. I don't really get bogged down in celeb culture like that. You know, actors that I enjoy watching on the screen die, and, you know, that's sad, but we move on, or as Oliver Tree would say, life goes on and on and on. But with the Oliver Tree one, it's a bit of a gut punch, different to usual, and I just really wanted to make this video just to, number one, acknowledge who Oliver Tree was, and that he was a character, yeah, but he was authentic to himself, and he did what he wanted to do, and he was silly and he was fun, and he made music that was silly and fun, but also had serious elements to it. I'm not going to go and say he was a pioneer in this or he did this so fantastic, because that's just not the case, but he was never meant to be that, and that's fine in and of itself. He tried new things. He did the country album. He threatened to quit after Ugly is Beautiful, if anybody remembers that. He's made tracks with KSI. He's done what he's wanted to do with his career, and, you know, I can't fault him for that, and that's an aspect of him I've really enjoyed. We need more. I think we need more of that in this modern vlogging culture. Look, YouTube used to be this thing where it was amateur hour right at the advent and everybody could jump on, and now it's almost become too clinical in a way and too polished, and Oliver Tree sat somewhere in the middle of that, where he had the professional quality of the output, but he himself was just a very silly character. He got involved with a lot of people, and it was just people he liked. He didn't get involved with people for the sake of publicity. He got involved with the people that he enjoyed getting involved with. Also, it seemed from the outside anyway. I don't profess to know him personally, but yeah, I just wanted to make a really quick little video just before I relaunch, because I know this is going to be quite a low quality production, but I just really thought it was worth mentioning. Whether I want to admit it or not, he's had quite a big influence on some of my music tastes, to be honest. I can weirdly rattle off 3 or 4 core memories I have from listening to Oliver Tree, which is bizarre, to be honest with you. Like, it's not something you associate with that, but like, I used to go on just long walks around this little bit of woodland near where I used to live, and I would just put Ugly is Beautiful on. It was the only album he had out at the time, and as I recall, he removed the Alien Boy EP from Spotify because I think all the tracks made it onto the album. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, just go around and blast that, listening to Cowboy Tears on a holiday in Wales, listening to that full album on the road trip down, just really good stuff like that where you just remember that music. And honestly, I'm gutted because he had a lot more output and he had a lot more to put out, and it's honestly just a tragedy. Part of me was myself in denial for an hour or so, being like, fingers crossed that this is just some fucking hoax and a big publicity stunt. Maybe he's gone too far. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The news is broken, people have reacted, and it's a very, very sad affair. And that's it. I'm not going to dwell on it anymore. I'm not going to go into 15-20 minute chat on it. I just really wanted to just put it out there, but like I say, before I decide to launch the channel again, because I'm hoping the quality will be a little bit better. And this is just a point and click video that I've decided to do on my phone, just to acknowledge what a loss it is. And yeah, I was going to go and see him in Manchester. He was coming in to Manchester in September, which is around my birthday, and me and my brother were going to go and see him. He came to Manchester a few years ago, and tickets were not expensive, and I missed it because I was ill. I got the flu and I missed it, and I was going to go solo to that, and yeah, so I missed out on it, and I was going to go this year and go and see him near my birthday, and yeah, it's just very, very sad. Hopefully an investigation can uncover what's actually happened, and try and establish some actual facts instead of just rampant hearsay. Not looking to blame anyone or anything, just, if we can establish the facts and we know what's happened, it'll stop a lot of rumours going on. And yeah, it's just very sad. Very sad day for my music taste especially. I went onto the cesspit that is Twitter, well, X, formerly Twitter, and you can imagine what some basement dwellers, the sort of schmuck that they're coming out with, absolute drivel, go out and touch grass sort of shite. But my understanding is that's just the state of the X landscape anyway. So I'm not putting too much stock in it, but I don't know how much people liked Oliver Tree. I thought Oliver Tree was really good. And music aside, it's just a loss to, for want of a better term, internet culture. Because I'm not going to call him an influencer, because he was more than that. But like I say, we're missing that middle ground between naturally, authentically silly and just clinical, polished brand image. And yeah, Oliver Tree really embodied that, and he stayed true to that, evidently, to the very end. So yeah, I'm not groveling. I'm not trying to pity, cry. Like I say, unmonetized. I don't make any money. I'm not trying to make any money. I'm not trying to ride off the back of it. I'd make this a really fucking high quality production. Just wanted to say that it's a big loss to certain communities, certain enclaves of internet culture and music. And yeah, he's not gonna be forgotten very soon, I don't think, because he's just so fucking memeable as well. So we're probably going to see a wave of Oliver Tree memes resurfacing, and to be honest with you, I welcome it. We've seen them all before, but it's refreshing to give them a second wind and appreciate the creator who made them. So yeah, that's it. I don't want to be too down in the dumps about it. Like I've already said in the video, as Oliver Tree would say, life goes on and on and on. And I feel like he'd love that. I actually do. Again, I don't profess to know the guy. I want to make that very clear. It sounds like I'm one of his fucking closest companions or something. I'm just a guy who really enjoyed what he was about. Like, I fucked with it. And it just seems like it's something he would probably appreciate, is everybody just like, life goes on and on and on. Because it does. And yeah, big loss, but we move on. And yeah, I'll still be listening to his music. I've got Ugly is Beautiful signed vinyl as well, so I might give that a spin in memory of. That's about it for this video. I'll see you soon.